And there have been pages upon pages online written about how this might be the new GMT colorway because of the Pepsi bezel drama. Hi everyone, in this video we collected the currently most talked about Rolex and Tudor predictions for 2024. We went through videos, forums, watch groups and whatnot to gather every piece of info out there so you know exactly what everyone in the watch world is talking about right now. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So okay, let's start out with Tudor first. One of the first things I heard, you know, in regards to Tudor predictions for 2024 was about one of the fan favorites, the Black Bay 41. You know, the Black Bay 41 got a makeover last year with the hands and the case, the Meta certified movement update, and the new T-Fit clasp for fine adjustments. Therefore, some argue that now that Tudor, covered their base and updated the foundation of the watch, it is now time to add all the updates, to the rest of the line. So, the black and blue Black Base can probably, say goodbye to their 3 lines of text at 6 o'clock. And hello to an updated movement. The next prediction is related to the Pelagos FXD. The FXD line is meant to be the most manly man watch out of Tudor's lineup, as I like to, think about it. But yeah, jokes aside, Tudor describes it as the ultimate modern day military diving watch. They already came out with a chronograph version of the FXD for the Alinghi Red Bull racing team. It is a very handsome watch. It comes in a 43mm black carbon, I think, composite case with the red and blue color scheme to fit the team colors. And so many speculate that Tudor will follow this up with a GMT version, perhaps not connected to the Alinghi Red Bull team, but I'm sure Tudor will find someone else in their catalog of adventurers to, make a Pelagos FXD GMT watch for. And so for our next prediction, we have to do a bit of time traveling. In 1945, Tudor released their first diver, the Tudor Oyster Prince Submariner reference 7922. It was not only special because it was, the first of its kind for Tudor, but what I think is one of its coolest features is the fact that it carried the vintage Tudor logo, on the dial, but it had a Rolex crown on the screw. And so if you do the math, 1945 will be exactly 70 years from now, which would make this an anniversary year for the Oyster Prince Submariner. And who, if not Tudor, would be the first to, revive their classics and give them a second round to shine? I mean, yeah. Technically, they already did that with the Black Bay 54, referencing the 7922 with the 37mm case and all that. But I think they did that last year, so they can now, come out with a special edition of it. Because so far there's only a black version out now. And same with the Black Bay 58. It would be unusual for them to only release one color or type of material and then just stop right there. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with the Black Bay 54 this year. Alrighty, and that is it for Tudor. Let's continue with Rolex. Here we have some more to talk about, and boy, had I had fun searching the internet for these. Some of y'all are really coming up with some crazy theories, and I'm so here for it. So, let's get right into it. First up, I want to talk about updates to the Yacht-Master line. Tim also had discussed this in one of his live shows, and it was really, eye-opening and interesting. So the Yacht-Master has always been, Rolex's most experimental line. They were the first with the regatta timer in the Yacht-Master 2. It was the first on an Oyster flex strap. The first to be made in titanium, and it all started out to be this kind of experiment to see how a more fancy Submariner would perform on the market. So hear me out, what if Rolex is pushing it a bit further again and puts the Yacht-Master 2 in titanium? The Yacht-Master 2 is arguably a shelf warmer, and perhaps they will, try and, revive it by updating it to a new material to make it, fresh again. It would be in a Rolex typical way, an evolution, not a revolution, by adding a new material and, then would perhaps give the rather stale line some new life, since there has not been any changes to it since 2017. And speaking of titanium, this is, just a smaller add-on to what I just talked about. Lots of people are speculating about the overall expansion of titanium usage within the Rolex catalog. Like I said, they started out with the Yacht-Master and people were excited. So I am sure they're not going to, just stop right there and then just leave it be. They're either going to cover the rest of the Yacht-Master line, like I said, or perhaps move over to maybe the Explorer or even the Air King. I don't know. We'll see. We are definitely not have seen the end of titanium watches from a Rolex yet, of that I am sure. Another general discussion I have seen a lot lately is about the open case bags. It's not only something lots of Rolex Rolex fans wish for, but also something a lot of people are predicting for 2024. More models will have an exhibition case bag in 2024. Since Rolex opened up the Daytona last year, it could, very well be something they will now start with other special editions to, make them stand out even more, as long as it does not affect the case's structural integrity, which is why I think it would probably first go to, maybe a day date or perhaps even a Sky Dweller first before moving on to any dive watches from Rolex. My next prediction is something really fun, and I think we'll either have people, raving or raging about, so hold your horses. A Bucherer limited edition Rolex. Listen, it might not be that far off. I mean, there is a Tiffany & Co. stamped Nautilus from Patek, so it might not be that far of a stretch to have, a Bucherer stamped Rolex. Plus, boutique-only editions have been done before, not directly by Rolex in the past years, but Tudor has its Harrods Black base, so it wouldn't be an entirely new concept for them. So why not, celebrate the new partner or ownership, however you want to call it, and strengthen their new position by releasing, a special boutique-only edition, maybe in a Bucherer blue. I don't know. I'm very excited to see how their future is going to turn out together, that's for sure. So, the next prediction theory that I got is from a Theo and Harris video, and it's something that Christian has mentioned, which I thought was so fun and crazy that it might actually be a thing, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So, hear me out. So he suggests that the Celebration Oyster Perpetual, the colorful one with all of the orbs, rounds up the era of these special colored OPs that started in 2020. And we are going with entirely different colors in 2024. So no more Tiffany blue, no more candy pink, etc. So that's one thing, but here's the other side. The super crazy colored puzzle piece day date, the one with emojis, and all that jazz. It is symbolizing the start of a new colorful day date era. So you have all these different, colored puzzle pieces that could be indicating the dark colors of some upcoming day dates that would simultaneously be an homage to the Stella day dates, which then again would be totally something that is in line, with what Rolex has been doing lots of times in the past. So yeah, perhaps this is not really something with much substance to it, but I don't know. I think it's such a fun and cool prediction, and it would also not be something entirely out of this world without, a plausible base to it. So definitely something to keep in mind, and let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I'm excited to hear you guys' opinions on this. And so now that we had our head in the clouds for a bit, let's get back down to earth for a prediction that is a bit more plausible, if not, I would say more or less certain. Last year Rolex said goodbye to the dusty Cellini line and hello to their new 1908 collection, which will hopefully be Rolex's entry into dress watches again. There's currently a yellow and a white gold version out there, so perhaps we're either going to see maybe a rose gold 1908 added to the mix, or the start of some new complications being added to the 1908 line, like, I don't know, maybe a moon phase or even a calendar in some way. Either way, I'm sure there's at least something that is going to happen here with the 1908 line. And I am putting my money on an added complication here. Now we are getting to mock-up territory, because there's an image floating around showing a GMT Master 2 with a black and a gray bezel, with different colored GMT hands on either a Jubilee or a GMT bracelet. And there have been pages upon pages online written about how this might be the new GMT colorway because of the Pepsi bezel drama. And the ongoing rumors that the Pepsi is going to be discontinued because Rolex allegedly has massive problems with getting the bezel coloring right, so therefore they are canning the Pepsi and coming out with something different, to make up for it. I have to say, it looks pretty cool, and I'm sure a black and gray, if done properly, on the bezel would be a massive hit, but I don't think this will happen, all at once, being the discontinuation of the Pepsi and then the introduction of an entirely new colorway, which leads me directly to the next extremely persistent rumor that probably, will come true eventually, the GMT Coke variant. Same with the black and gray bezel. People have been speculating that the bluish, violet and soft red colorway of the Pepsi is, too tough to handle, allegedly, for Rolex and their production. So they're going to switch over to their iconic black and red Coke colorway and, reintroduce their icon. I believe this would be more likely than the black and gray, but I feel that we still have to, wait a little longer for a Coke to finally come out. The Pepsi is, still relatively new, and Rolex has just built or, started to build new production facilities. So it's hard to imagine that they now that they can expect a higher, you know, production capacity. They would just, you know, can one of the top sellers. And last but not least, I want to end on something more likely and predictable, and also something that will make lots of Explorer fans with, you know, bigger wrist happy. It's not me. Since they came out with a two-tone Explorer in 36 last year, there are a ton of rumors going around that Rolex will follow this up with a two-tone Explorer in 40mm. You know, they already got the 40 to round up the catalog in that direction. So everything, you know, same as the 36, but in a 40mm case, so you can choose between sizes to have the perfect fit for you. Right now, you know exactly what everyone is currently talking about when it comes to Rolex and Tudor predictions for this year in 2024. Let me know in the comments down below what you think is most likely, but also what you know, wish for from Rolex and Tudor. I'm excited what you guys are going to come up with, and that is all I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this predictions video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel to watch more video content like this. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.